Right, hello. It's Brian, Nelson Creek Outdoors, out here fishing. As you can see, in a little aluminum boat. Yeah, we do it on a budget around here. That's mostly because we like these little lakes. This side of the lake here, what, 40 acres, 30 acres, something like that, and no wake. So this is perfect. We got a no wake lake and a no wake boat. But we're catching some bass here, so I thought I'd try see if we can catch anything on camera here. Just had a couple of hits as the evening goes on here, and we don't want to waste a lot of time, a lot of dead air, so I did just get here, but we'll see what happens. Now basically, these fish are end the spawn and post spawn, and the water temperatures are high after a very cold, wet spring. What they tend to do is in the evening they come up, you can see the weeds here, and there's deeper water out toward the middle, of course, and then in here there's breaks in the weeds, and they like to patrol here in the evenings and chase bait fish. And as the night goes on, I should see some chasing bait fish around and splashing around. So what I'm doing is when they come up here, I'm throwing a Senko at them. What I got on here right now is pretty wore out, but it Senko rigged weedless and no weight. I'm just using that little gliding action there to entice them. I don't know if the microphone picks it up or not in the background. You'll hear some pheasants sounding off from time to time, geese, sandhills. Some of the reason I like this lake is a lot of wildlife. And there's actually a big osprey that flies around here fishing. And I don't think that's him there, is it? I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Anyway, he's pretty far away. I think that might be him. He seems to nest somewhere around here, and at least it might be more than one, because I know there's a nest on the other side last year. And you could hear the babies every time the mama went back to the nest there. That's, again, why I like this lake. It's just got, even if you don't catch any fish, which is rare, a lot of stuff to enjoy. Move back in a little closer. No wind to speak of, but it seems to be moving us. There's a little bass right there. Alright. Okay, I got a couple of bass here, so I'm going to turn the camera back on. I don't like to have it on all the time because it's a pain in the butt sometimes for fishing wearing the camera, but alright. So we're still out here at the Senko, and there's a nice hookup. Just crammed it. Now, feels like a good bass, but also feels like it's probably got a lot of weeds. As you can see, it's got a lot of weeds. That's still a chunky little fella. This moss is getting terrible for the year. Ready? There you go. They're starting to come up in the shallows now. I like to take some pictures for the Facebook page there and everything. And get back in the water. And that really hurt. I don't know if you can see that. My thumb from bass fishing lately is, well, bleeding. It is raw. I've caught a lot of bass. Early on, I was getting them on tube jigs pre-spawn. deeper water, right on the outside of weed lines, about 5-6 feet of water. I was catching them in the nests in about 4 feet of water. Now we're in about 4 feet of water, casting into 3 or so. There's not a lot of nests left, but like I said, they're in here now after spawning, trying to fatten back up. There's a lot of shiners in this lake. When the shiners go up in the shallow at night, the bass go up and chase them around. I've seen a few chasing so far, but actually it's still not hot and heavy. It'll get a little better. Now you can see over there, there's a bass creating some wake. This is using that lid cam. I only used it once since I've had it for deer hunting last year bow season, just to take a quick video on a friend's first deer at my Nelson Creek property with a crossbow. So I don't know how it's going to work with the water and everything here, but we'll find out. It's convenient because it just fits on your hat. And if you set your hat right, I think it probably is looking where I'm looking, or at least close. How much detail you can see, I'm not really sure. What I'm doing here is I'm just jiggling it up through the weeds. It comes up on top of the weeds, pop it across, let it sink again. When it's staying sunk, work it slow. A lot of times it seems to get the hit right on the cast. That seems to be the most popular time for them to hit it. Although today the wind must have been blowing in here. Earlier I heard it was blowing. And it blew all this crap in here. But we got a hit here. Ooh! And we blew it. Might have been a little one. It didn't feel like much of a hit. It was a little tick. Alright, get some of that moss out. Put that, like that eye of the hook in the worm. And put him back out there. Yesterday I was out here, other side over there. But I don't know, 40 fish in the boat. It's in a matter of under 2 hours. It's pretty hot and heavy. It's still early for tonight. Weeds there. A lot harder. All this crud that's drifted in here today. Pull the worm off the hook here, or loose down the hook. Was using mostly watermelon candy. I'm almost out of them, so I'm using just some plain watermelon pepper flake. I think this one is watermelon pepper flake or something like that, but should be close enough. What I've done is I take my worms and I put them in plastic bags and I put a couple drops of my scent in there. My favorite scent, which of course is our scent, Lucky 7, Game Fish Attractant, Bait Fish Massacre. So they're all in there and pre-scented. I just gotta put them in the hook, and every once in a while, if it lasts long enough, usually the worms don't last very long, a couple of fish, but I can always rub them back in the bag for a little bit and put some more scent on them if need be. There's just a lot of weeds down here. Bought these off the internet, cheap on eBay, and they were cheap. They have good action. They don't last as long as some other rubber worms I've had. They're a little less flexible, I guess, and they tear easier. Got a lot of fish on them. Some of the other ones I catch 10 fish on. These, sometimes one and it's gone. There's one swirling at it. But a little one just decided not to hit it. Moving along here. A couple of hot days in a row. So we got this water temperature up. Maybe that's part of my problem, why they're not as hot and heavy in here right now, but they'll come in here eventually. Maybe we even get to hear some raccoon fights. No easy buggers lately. I see a fish moving out from where I casted there. That's what spooked him. There's a fish moving. I don't know if he's coming after the worm or not. It's warm weather. 85 degrees temperature water here. Set the hook on that one finally. It's coming toward the boat with it there. It's hard to tell if it was weeds or not. Very nice little bass. Technically, I think this lake needs some of these 14 inches out here. I wish they'd put a slot limit in here. This bass here is what? Annoying, that's what he is. Okay. Let's see. See a little bit. Yeah, right about 14 inch. Wouldn't hurt to take a few of those home and eat them. There's it's really interesting stuff online about bass. How to get them big, and you know, I guess once they hit that about 3 pound mark, they've got potential. Those are some real giants, and I've caught 5 pound 12 ouncer. I think was the biggest one I ever got out of here. I know in history there's been 7 pounders taken out of here, but like I said, I think there's might be just too many in that. Oh, wasn't paying attention. Might be just too many in that class range there, eating up all the food. Plus, there's some giant pike in here, which I haven't seen this year yet, but I've seen a lot of them in a 30-inch plus, 35, 36. The biggest one Jose had is a 37-inch out of here. And you think they'd clean some of them out, but there's just a ton of bass in that 14 to 18-inch range. They have to start eating a few out of here to kick the size class back up. And I fish in some wildly different spots. Over a period of the day, I catch a couple hundred fish, over a week, a couple hundred fish. You know, they're not all the same fish. But there's a high forage basin here. This thing is full of small bluegills and a lot of lake shiners in here. I usually follow the nose. You can figure out where the bass and pike are. Pike generally just kind of piss me off because I'll be out here jig fishing later, like the fall, jig fishing the fall. Well, in an afternoon I can lose 10 jigs out here to them stupid pike. Gotta set the hook and it's just like there's nothing there, including your jig. That's some changes in management thoughts here, was, putting everything back in, but I think a slot limit and maybe eating a few of them bass would do me some good here. I got a friend that likes to eat bass, so maybe I should keep her some. I'm just not finding them hot and heavy. One here, one there yet. Sun's going to be going down. It's about 20 to, or probably about 10 to 8. It'll be dark by 8:30. With this lack of wind and the heat, I think might have finally shut them down. There was a full moon last night as well. I don't know if maybe they fed into the night. Hard to say. I left here yesterday about 8:30, 8:45, and I was still hammering them, so I didn't have to put the lights on the boat. I like to get out of here because if anything happens back here, boy, there's just one house over there, and that's about it. And I wouldn't want to swim for it through all these weeds or try and walk out of here because this place is surrounded by cattails. Alright, shut the camera off again for a little bit and then find some fish and be right back. Put the head back on again, the camera. I'll tell you what, every time I turn the camera off, I catch a fish. You'll see in the pictures I'm taking with the phone. Quite a few, actually. It's not nothing to write home about or anything, but then if I turn the camera off, I get a fish. It's hard to keep the camera on because, as you all know, half the fun of fishing is enjoying the quiet. And if you're talking to a camera, blew that one. When you're talking to a camera, you lose a little bit of that. Plus, probably get sick of hearing me babble about goofy stuff. Maybe I'll try and talk about something interesting here. We had a great fall at Nelson Creek Outdoors. You saw my friend Kurt there. First deer ever with anything. He's gun hunted for several years and never had any place that he ever saw any deer. So never managed to shoot one. They took him out crossbow hunting. And he filled his tag in the early rut there. Big bodied, but little tiny antlered buck. Little tiny spikes. But hey. Good first deer. Lots of meat. Got a lot of grandkids that like venison. That was good. And then we went out and harvested 2 nice bucks during the gun season. Early in the season, the little buck, we got him using our Lucky 7 Love Potion number 7, the real P. And then for the gun season, we switched to the new synthetic. And I'll tell you what, their new synthetic line is unbeatable. There's nothing else out there even close. We've tested everything, and to be honest with you, none of them even resemble deer pee. But both our doe scents and our buck scent are more than capable of bringing in the deer. This year we have the new one coming out, the gel. It's a preorbital scent and licking branch scent. Be great for making a licking branch above mock scrapes. Use it by itself to create a communal licking branch in an area. We're testing it now. Did a little bit of reformulation on it. I don't know if you got it or not. Nope, missed it. Should try some surface lures back here, but anyway, the little reformulation will be setting up with the deer cameras again to check it out. Worked good last fall, just didn't like how it gelled, so we reformulated the gel part, and wanted to be a little bit smoother, easier to apply, those kind of things. The formulation as far as attracting deer, I think we've got pretty much perfected. As I said, every time I put this camera on, I can't buy a bite, except for the one that chased it out of the water here. But I'm sure if I turn the camera off, I'll have about 100 of them. Not actually to my good spot yet. I should actually probably move over there now. Oh, or I should blow that one. Try back in there, see if he's still hungry. I don't think I touched him with a hook. This worm's had a few fish on it. It's getting beat up. Sometimes what you can do is just bite the tip off. Re-rig it. Hang up in the weeds a little bit more than when they're new, but you get another fish or two sometimes, another bite or two. Somebody a little grabbed it, but got it in the weeds right away. Like I said, biting the tip off sometimes they're not as weedless anymore. A couple more quick casts here, now we gotta move to my other spot. I wanted to try this spot out here. I think the wind blew too much crud in here too today. This is where all the warm water is. Alright, let's get out of this spot and go somewhere better here. Alright, I'll pick the camera back up when I get there. You think I'm kidding about catching fish when I turn the camera off? I'm not. I was going over to my other spot, and if you see there, I can see bass working in here all of a sudden. They must have followed a school of minnows in here. And he drops the fish. I saw some bass working. Threw in there and got him. I had the camera off maybe 30 seconds. Barely moved. In fact, it was right there just a little bit ago. And there's another. That seems like a little bigger fish too. Yeah. There's a little bit of a channel that comes in here somewhere underneath these cattails. Water's about 1 degree cooler. I may be doing it. Right. Another picture. My poor thumb. Like I said, every time I turn this camera off, I start catching fish. I don't like to do a ton of editing, as my computer is old and decrepit. Yeah, I think we'll retire this guy. We're going to switch to one baby bass colored here. Dead on here. I'm up against a little bog here. It's like an anchor. Let's see. Another bass in here. Over home there. Let's check out by the weed line a little bit. And oh, I blew it. I didn't do my own thing here. What I generally like to do is you'll see me waiting a long time on somebody. Says I like to feel the bass tugging with it, running with it a little bit before I set the hook. If I don't, especially if I'm in an awkward position like I am here right now, I tend to blow the hooks sets. What I generally do is watch the line, see if it moves. That'll sometimes tell you there's one there. Otherwise, sometimes you just gotta wait till you feel the pressure or something, especially if they're coming toward the boat. Sometimes you don't feel them for a while. One thing with these Senkos, I don't seem to have a lot of problems with them swallowing the hook. I haven't killed a bass all year yet with a deep hook set or anything. Maybe it's the scent on them too. They like to chew on it for a while. Speaking of scent, that's one of the big things I'm a big believer in using scent is, and I put it in a bag there with the rubber bands before I leave, and or even weeks before I go fishing, and let it soak in there. You know, and there's days when you can go out fishing, you don't need scent to get bites. There's a bass right there. But I'll tell you what, even on those days, I think it really helps for hook sets. So hold on to that longer. It tastes like something they'd eat. And I get better hook sets. Well, there are, as far as the scent itself, catching fish, you know, it's on the slow days that I notice that more than anything. There are days when I can't buy a bite, put on a little scent and catch a couple. Bass over there goofing around. That one's not goofing around though. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh yeah, that's a beauty. Look at that. That's a 3-pound fish probably. Whoa! As I fly out of the boat, trying to land them. Ow! Yeah, that's on my shoulder. I'd give it 3 pounds probably. 16-inch. See, I wouldn't want to keep this bass. Looks like it's got potential. I can't tell how old it is or anything. But he certainly looks like he's got potential. So I'd hate to keep it. But if you want any to eat, you kind of have to, because you got to have a 14-inch bass. What I'd really love is if they gave us a slot on this lake. The keepers between 12 and 14 inches, maybe even 10 or 14. You can take some of the biomass out of the water. Those smaller bass. And people think, well, they eat the smaller bass. That is true. But they say it's like 99.8 or something, 99.6, I think. They're eaten in the first year after they're hatched. But and you gotta be a pretty big bass, you know. Probably once you get to that 10, 12-inch limit, or past that, pretty much nothing eating you other than a huge pike. Even other big basses on the lake, they could be big enough to eat you. But they did that up north. They put some slot limits in there. You can keep some smaller fish for the fry pan, but they haven't done it here. I may have to keep 1 or 2 at some point. Like I said, I know someone that wants something to eat. This lake could really use it for management-wise. As you've seen, we catch how many small bass. Ducks fly in there. I haven't seen my osprey today. He might be on the main lake. He goes between the two. He's really cool to see. And then out here once in a while you'll see some bald eagles too. I never see them actually fishing, but Green Lake is not far away. And I think that might be where they are. Still haven't gotten to my good spot yet. Maybe we won't make it there. Which is fine. We need rest too. There you go. Catching bass on shore now. Ooh, that little banger there. There's one hanging right around here. Wow. Is there anymore? Anybody in there? A little shallow there. Alright. Heading toward my spot a little bit more. Here's must be I think the channel, a little stream goes in this way somewhere. So many cattail bogs, it's hard to find. It mostly floats under them. This kind of looks completely different than it did yesterday. The wind must have been blowing pretty hard in here. It was blowing this morning. So blew this bog in there. A lot of these weeds. Someone having a party. Ooh. One ticked right there. Right back through and see if they want it. Guess not. All right. Boom! That's a solid fish, it feels like. Either that or it's in the weeds. That's all right. And they come with a little salad. They get a little more poundage. When you weigh them up, you got to record everything that's in. Hey! That was my worm you just flung there, buddy. See, like this is probably a good eating size bass right here. Does it make the 14-inch limit? No. Yes, it does. However, I don't want to clean them. That's my big thing here. All right, I'll let him go. We got a new worm. Watermelonish purple flake. I don't know exactly what these are. I bought a big bulk assortment. This was cheap. Like I said, they're not as tough as a name brand worms seem to be, but the price differential, probably a break-even proposition, even maybe even more. You got much time left. We have to get out of here. Dark. I don't like going to. Gotta get back here. It's quite a trip through little channels, so. Oh! He didn't follow my own advice. Actually saw the swirl out there and set the hook, and that's a sure way to miss him. That's why I'm not a tournament angler. Although, I think it'll be fun to go fish a tournament in this boat. The bird is making noises. That little clump out there. Let's see if there's anybody hanging around by that clump. Well, that was just hanging out next to it. He was hanging out 5 feet to the left of it, at least. Ooh, he puts in a last-minute burst. Hey, there's another one in that range. Black tail, fin, black lip. I'm little bass. I know you get a lot of these. All right. Today the bass has been a lot smaller than the last few days. Checked out our pictures, you'll notice that. But still good enough to have some fun. Let's see if we can get a little closer to that thing. A little bang there. Nada. We'll check back on the other side. I don't know if you can see that or not. A little tiny one took a whack at it. Shorter than the worm. Is that a kayak out there or something? I can't tell. There's a lot of kayaks out here. There's a nice bass. Hitting over there, straight at the surface. We're right at the edge of where I was fishing yesterday. Start moving over there here. I think we got the majority of the fish out of this spot. They don't run us aground first. Yesterday was nowhere near this scummy out here. At least this bunch wasn't in here. That's kind of makes it neat. It's a little different every day. Ooh, let go. Let's try it back here. Ooh, there's one. Just when you say nada, you hit it. Ooh! This guy's got some shoulders. What an overachiever. It is not the world's biggest bass, but he really gave me a little tug there. Oh. He is hooked. Oh, and that came out pretty easy. Look at that one right there. I took a picture already, right? Yep. I think I did. Well, let's take another one. I don't remember. A muskrat or somebody swim back there. Using some of these Senkos, your line gets a little twisted up. Let's see if there's anybody else hanging around this pile. Oh, I had one, and I pulled it out of his mouth. I don't think it was a very big one. All right. We've got much time left here. Another 10 minutes tops, so we're gonna have to get out of here. Oh, see, I didn't feel him when I set the hook, and then I felt him for a brief moment. Because why? He was headed for the boat. That's why I like to reel till I feel him. But hey, you gotta blow him. You can't take every fish in the lake, right? Leave some for somebody else. We'll jump somewhere back here. Couldn't help but feel that one. Now see here, this is one I'd like to take home and eat. Little guy like this. In the main lake, there's a shitload of them up by shore. I think there's few of them back here because they're afraid of getting eaten. Smells like Lucky 7. And after several bunches of casts with this particular worm and a couple of fish, the scent is still strong. Let's try right here. A little crooked on there, but bass right behind us here. Oh, set the hook too early on that one too. I'm pretty good at doing that. There's times I go in streaks where I missed several in a row. There's the moon. Little tap there. Another little tap. Sweet little guy. it's a fish or a weed. It was a fish, actually. Well, there's weeds on the hook. I think a fish sucked the worm down. They come toward the boat. They're little, especially, and they're really hard to tell they're there. This worm is starting to become annoying. You heard a gobble at the distance. Try right here. Tastes like fish attracted. I did hear a gobble along with catching this. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good bass. Comes another one. Gave chase a little bit, but you don't want it that bad. All right. Let's check over here again. I'm not seeing them chasing a lot. Back there I saw a few, but they're here. I just don't see them chasing. I don't see the minnows surfacing either, though. It's just about time to get out of here, I think. I'll have to say on this lake, this is the time I usually get my biggest fish. Let's see. Put that one back there and see what happens. There's one over there. Weed. Fish and missed. Yeah. Doing a good job missing right now. They will just have to cut that out of the film video. Everybody does it. You misses fish, and you should have. Most of us aren't out here earning a living tournament fishing. Those guys concentrate, and even they lose fish once in a while. You're out here relaxing, looking at the scenery, you get a bite, well, you're going to miss a few. Here's some fish back that way, making some noise. Let's move this way a little bit here. Finish up the night, a fresh spot. Oh, there's probably still bass in here. Like I said, probably bass still in there. I think that's where that creek channel runs. Oh! Barely hooked from the inside there. Oof! My thumbs are so sore, I keep dropping fish. Bloody mess. There you go. That's the other thing with bass when they're feeding like that too. And things moving around. You can find more fish, but in the right spot sometimes. You can cast right where you were just sitting and pull out a bass. I thought I felt that weed on there. Hit the reel with my other hand there. A little closer in than I want to be here. Alright. Just out there. And there's a fish. He let go right away. So over here a couple feet. I should be crawling a frog through here for fun, but you got time to change over. There's a little one. The one that I would like to put on the fry pan. Somebody else wanted to put him in the fry pan too. A big pike. I'm gonna need this picture. It's getting dark. Worm has seen better days, but I know there's more than one bass right here. This is one of my best spots coming up right up here. And you can see why. Whoa, acrobatics. Another smaller bass. Oh. Gotta get that one out there. Deep hooked him. Let's see if he makes 14 inches, because it's probably in the bed of the water. He is. Well, I guarantee he ain't getting away. Oh, yeah. Well, I think with that we'll end. Cut the hook off and we'll head on out. I don't know if this is even picking up anything anymore. I'm going to head out of here in a second. Oddly enough, I dropped a bass there in a boat and the hook came out with his gullet. He's Just came out from underneath the seat here. We're gonna see how he's doing here. So anyway, let's hope he makes it. I cut the hook, but I dropped him. He flopped around. It came out of his gullet, so didn't seem to rip anything too bad. It looks like he was hooked a little bit on one of the gills. I'd say he's got a 50% chance of making it. Hate that when it happens, but especially there's another fish that could have went home and been eaten, but this is a guy who's got shoulders here. But of course you gotta go by the size limit. Ooh, what is this? That's a nice fish. Ooh, ow! Oh yeah, that's a brute. That's a dandy. Let's see what we got here. "20" Glad I stayed for that. There we go. I don't think he's gonna beat our 4.94. I think was the biggest one there so far this year. God damn it, turned it off. Alright. I do need to put a better hook on this thing here. Or get the hook here. Yeah, I didn't think so. 3.66, 20-incher. We'll call it 19 just to be nice. Probably 19 and a half there. Like, that's definitely a nice fish. And that's over that 3-pound mark. They say you got potential. Alright. Just for giggles for the last 2 minutes here. I'm way beyond what I should be out here anyway. Just for a few casts, let's put on a stinky pinky. See if we can make anybody angry. And there goes the stinky pinky. Yeah, that fish is a little thinner. The other one I had was 4.94 and like 20, a little over 20 inches. The biggest so far this year, and he was a lot fatter than that one. We had one a couple years ago at a local lake that was 20 inches and 5.5 pounds. That was a chunky fish. That was a fall fish. Putting on pounds for the winter there. Maybe not like Stinky Pinky tonight here. Ooh, and Stinky Pinky misses the first one. I'd like to catch one on Stinky Pinky before we go. It pulled off the hook there. Another one where I saw the line move and prematurely set the hook. So the skeeters ain't got really bad yet. Alright, I think it's just getting a little dark for me here. We'll over this way a little bit and make 3 more casts for tonight. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Counting down casts. That 3 casts becomes 20 casts. And you catch a fish. Or even when you're not. I don't think they want to hit Stinky Pinky here. It goes to show you, it might be good for pissing fish off that are on beds, but when you're fishing, actively feeding fish, this does not look like something they want to eat, I guess. That one hit, which might have been a little one. Ooh, there was a bump. It's getting a little bump here and there. Oh, there's another one. Maybe it's pissing them off enough to hit it, but they don't want to eat it. Let's see. We just made a few casts with a Stinky Pinky with almost no results. Let's go back. Well, the reason it might even hit us is because of the scent on it. So let's go right back to some form of watermelon. Make just a couple casts with this just to finish up the day, just to see if it was end of the bite or if Stinky Pinky sucks. Well, looking not good for Stinky Pinky. That was a bite that I saw again, and the line twitched and set the hook too early. Another little bite. Get a lot of little bites. Big bass might have moved on out. I saw a little tiny fish get chased out of water over there. Let's put a cast out there. Little bite right there. Ooh, I'm in the shit. And finally, this is, I think, our last cast. Well, I tried to put it where I wanted it. Another one. Another one. I feel like got a little bit of shoulders. Ooh, I am dropping them. I am sorry, guys. I'm not having a good day with that. My thumbs are just ripped up. All right. Come on, take the picture. All right. We lost our worm on that one. We are going to head on out. I'd like to stay a little later because I'm sure they're still going to bite, but I don't like coming back the way I got to go. All right, good night, guys. I'm on my way out.